Hi, this is Monica from Add a Little Dazzle. Are you looking for fresh yet simple card ideas? Join me today as I teach you how to create the ombre effect on Add a Little Dazzle craft metal sheets. To begin creating this card, you're going to need to take a piece of Precious Pearl craft metal sheet from Add a Little Dazzle. When I first started playing around with this idea, I tried it on the shiny side and it doesn't work. You need to use the matte side, and so the color that we carry that will allow you to create the ombre effect in any shade that you want is going to be the Precious Pearl craft metal sheet that we sell. To begin this process, I took some gelatos here, and these come in a pack of 4, or you can buy the whole set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it, and you're just going to color onto your craft metal sheet. And you kind of want to make sure that they overlap a little bit right there, so that when you blend, it just looks natural. And here's my last one. Bringing it in right there. I'm going to take a piece of tissue paper and I'm going to start here with the bottom, and I'm going to go in a circular motion. Now some of it may come off a little bit, but if it does, just go over it again with some gelato. Here I'm going to go over it again, and as you can see here, this one does kind of come off some, so I'm going to go in again with it. Now you could use your finger also, and I think I'm going to use my finger for this metal part and just go in a circular motion. Yeah, I think I like my finger better for this one. And this will wash off easily, so that's not a problem. And the main thing you want to know that when you're doing this technique with gelatos on metal, you don't want to use water. You want to put it on nice and dry, because if you wet it, then it will not adhere to the metal. Now I'm going to go for my next shade of blue. If you think it's too dark, just take your tissue paper and remove some of it. Once you've done this, then go ahead and place it inside your embossing folder. Make sure that the logos are facing up and run it through the big shot. So here's my embossed piece, and before I proceed, I'm just going to go in there again and blend in these areas right there to take away that sharp look that is there. So once I've done that, I'm going to take my sanding block and I'm going to go over it. Now you may notice that it doesn't remove all of the color. But when you have this big of a piece, it becomes harder to remove the extra color. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And like I said, some of this will not remove because it has the layer of the pearl and it has the layer of the gelato. So I'm going to take some acetone remover, and you're going to take a little Q-tip and you're going to start going over that top area. And not only is this going to remove the gelato, but it's also going to remove any of that pearl from the metal sheet that has not been removed, and it allows the beautiful metal to come through. So not only do you have the ombre effect, but now you have beautiful metal coming through. And so you are going to do this for the entire piece. And once you clean that all up, you are going to have a beautiful piece such as this one right here. Not only do I have a beautiful ombre effect, but I have the metal coming through. Once you've done the ombre effect on your main image, you're also going to make a strip like this, and you're going to cut it into a 1" by 4" piece. And you're going to color it with your gelatos just like I showed you, and you're going to place it inside this little embossing folder, and this creates little borders. And this is from Anna Griffith, and this is the poppy embossing folder, and it comes with a coordinating border. Colored your piece and embossed it. You're going to clean it the same way, and you're going to attach a little strip of metal along the bottom. And so now I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to assemble this card. So I've taken a 5.5 by 8.5" piece of brushed silver cardstock, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. And here is my card base. I've already gone ahead and lined the inside of it with a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I need to attach this piece right there. And so what I need to make sure is that I've placed sticky strip along the 4 walls of this piece. When working with Add a Little Dazzle craft metal sheets, sticky strip is what works best to ensure that the metal sticks to the cardstock. You cannot use regular snail adhesive as it will not hold up. Center it before I press down, because once I press down, that's it, it's done. And here I pressed it down, and look how beautiful that looks. That just looks stunning, gorgeous effect on this beautiful card that we are creating. And so now we want to create this little band. And as I mentioned before, I went ahead and did the same effect as I did on this on the strip that I embossed, and I put that little metal piece down there to just add a little extra. And so I put sticky strip on the back of that also, and I'm going to go in and remove it and place it right about there. And that just adds a beautiful and simple touch to this card. Then I took this stamp set, Fabulous Phrases, and I stamped it on a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I punched it out with this small oval punch, and I put it on this little frame, and so it is going to go right there. And to attach it, I'm going to use 3-in-1 Beacon adhesive glue. Just going to flip it over, put a little bit, get the flow going here, just put a little bit right there, and so then you're gonna just place it right there. And mine says beautiful on this one. And I'm going to take some pearls, and I'm going to place one on each end to cover up that little hole right there. And there you go. What simple yet very elegant. So now what we need to do is we need to create these butterflies. To do that, you're going to take your metal sheet and you are going to attach 2 of them to each other in order to create a more sturdy butterfly. For this, I'm using the ATG gold tape, as this is perfect. It holds metal, but it also allows you to punch through and use your framelits on it. And so I'm going to use the Papillon Potpourri stamp set, and I'm using this butterfly. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on here with Stays On. I like to make my butterfly 2-layered, and so I am going to stamp butterflies. As you can see, I've stamped that. You're going to let it dry, and then once it dries, we're going to come in and color it with the gelatos. So here I have one that I had already set to dry, and I'm going to take my gelatos again, and I'm just going to color in a little bit where I want. Don't worry about it being even, as once we punch these out, it's not going to be visible. And so just with my finger, I'm going in and I'm lightly rubbing it in. Now, on this piece, because it's such a small piece of metal, I could use the aluminum side to create this effect. For the bigger ones, you can't, it won't work. And so, like I said, here it doesn't matter for this one, but it does when you're doing bigger pieces, as it will just not, it'll smear. This one doesn't matter because it smears, but not too bad. So here we go. Again, just rubbing it in. And then I'm going to go in for the center piece. Just creating that effect there. And then I'm going to take my butterfly punch and punch these 2 pieces out right here. There we go. There's one. And there's the other one. So I now have 2 beautiful butterflies right here. And so I am going to place some of these pearls right in the middle, and this one is more crisp, and so I'm going to use this one. And you're just going to take 3 of the pearls right here, and you're going to place it right there. Just straighten it out if you need to. Then take your Beacon and One adhesive glue. Just place very, very little right there. And you don't want to use hot glue. I used to use that, but hot glue, once it dries, the metal will separate. And so again, Beacon and One adhesive glue is my recommendation for this. And so here I have my butterfly. You can see the other color underneath. I just love this card. It's simple yet very elegant. I hope you've enjoyed this easy card idea tutorial teaching you how to create the ombre effect on Add a Little Dazzle craft metal sheets. I invite you to visit us at www.addalittledazzle.com/shop now and visit our boutique where you can place your order Precious Pearl Craft Metal Sheets, as this is the color that you need in order to be able to create this. I also invite you to visit our blog at www.addalittledazzle.com. Not only will you find the PDF tutorial with all your measurements and supplies needed for this card, but you will find lots of other card ideas such as this one. If you like this video, I invite you to share it with your friends. I also invite you to follow us on YouTube. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at monica@addalittledazzle.com. Thanks.